Good afternoon. For this project, I've created a simple graphical calculator using the Java Swing library. The program has class-oriented concepts such as GUI event handling and allows the user to perform basic arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, as well as decimal numbers, and there's also divided by zero handling as well, like stuff that a basic calculator has. The program is structured as a single class named JCalculator, which is named for the program, that inherits that or uses JFrame Java, like classic Java UI, allowing for to create the mainframe of the GUI itself. It also uses JText and JButton for the buttons and text, as well as other default like GUI components from Java. And it uses an action listener, so the program can the program will react when you're clicking a button. It also uses encapsulation, which keeps the JFrame and JButtons kept inside a private class. And the constructor also sets up the application, I'm pretty sure, when the program starts. And there's also separate methods that handle different jobs, such as listeners to buttons and doing the actual math. I also use a special type called big decimal, except for like numbers, so the math is super clean. It helps display the text for operator and stuff like that. So in the constructor, created one text box to show the numbers and rows of button objects for digits, like should be 0 through 9. Which could be messy, right? But it technically works. There's also decimal point equals sign and the clear button on the same row. So after placing the buttons, the program connects each button to an action performed method. If we say look under the operator buttons. This method will allow checks for each button in which it was pressed, using if and else statements, and if statements. Sorry. Say if you were to press a number on the decimal point. That's a display, and it'll prevent you from doing typing 2 decimal points. This allows for else if statements, stuff like that, allow for that kind of security and make sure you can't do that. So inside the private calculate results, should be a switch statements. A switch operator statement, which decides which operation to perform based on the saved operator, while division checks for if you are dividing by 0 and shows an error message if you are. So if I was to do we're gonna say 10 divided by 0, it'll give you an error, right? Error divided by 0, that would be the error right there. So I already possess the basic understanding of basic GUI components for different programs, such as buttons, how frames work, and text UI as well. But I had to relearn them on how I can apply them to Java. Some of the issues I faced, such as buttons kind of being difficult to move around because since I was using the X and Y axis as for the 2D program, like the plane, right? I had to keep adjusting and recompiling the program just before I add more code to the program to make sure that the UI actually works. I also had a variable named gap not properly declared because I was trying to add spacing logic due to the same issue that I mentioned before, buttons and trying to mush together. I also had set bounds. I'm pretty sure it called 4 instead of 5 arguments, mostly based on the cleared button. I think I was trying to rewrite the code to have more something about an asterisk to 3, 4, whatever, right? And I kind of messed up there at that part, so that's kind of on my part, to be honest with you. I'm gonna show you the recompiled program right here. Make sure, show you that it's working. I'm gonna show some examples, such as let's say 25 plus 17 should give. That should show 42. There you go. I'm gonna clear it. We're gonna do 100 divided by 35.5 to both show decimals and subtraction. 64.5. Now let's again try dividing it by 0, which will give you the error. You can clear that. That's it. Thank you very much for your time.